Welcome to Ascension Arcana Tarot. This is Christine with a weekly reading for the week of November 24th. As always, this is a general collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Let's see what we've got for today. God, what would you like to say to the folks in this collective about their journey this week? And the Ten of Cups. It's definitely feeling like that card of like wishes come true or dreams come true for me. It's nice. So I like the King of Pentacles here because he's such a grounded energy. I feel like he kind of grounds that dreamy energy of the Ten of Cups. The first thing that came to me is that this might be, if you're in this collective, it might just be like reuniting with family for Thanksgiving, right? And kind of having like a big happy family celebration. I'm drawn to the family and I keep hearing big happy family. Just that sense of abundance with the King of Pentacles there. Like he's surrounded by such riches, such luxury. He's got the castle back here. He's kind of covered in like this rich fabric and he's got his big golden pentacle in his hands. So kind of feeling that feeling of stability and abundance and wealth in the family realm. That's really beautiful. Judgment and Knight of Pentacles. This is like, it feels like a really specific message. So the Judgment, I'm just drawn to the angel with the trumpet. It feels like an announcement. So usually I feel this has like this big spiritual rebirth energy, but all I'm hearing is like an announcement. And the Knight of Pentacles is reminding me of this family vibe that I was getting. So this might be really specific, but if you're in this collective, I'm wondering if this is around like that family gathering of Thanksgiving and one of your family members making an announcement. That's like a really funny message to get from that. If that doesn't quite resonate for you, like I know for me, I'm not seeing my family for Thanksgiving, right? So that it would just be kind of that energy of like gratitude and abundance, but also just some sort of incoming message in general. So it doesn't necessarily have to be from a family member. It's interesting. I don't often channel this, but I'm really drawn to the pentacle in his hands as representing like a fertilized egg. So it could be someone in your family saying that they're pregnant. Again, that's really specific, but if it's not that, I feel like just that sense of like incoming good news around something that's stable, something that is related to like abundance or an offering or a gift. The message here is very sweet. This is nice. King of Swords is coming in to chop us up here. It's interesting. I don't always take it when it's this long, but I feel like that just very decisively plopped out and was like, no, we're in the story. The King of Swords is feeling a little out of place to me in this energy, so I just feel called to say that. There's like a lot of dreaminess in these cards. So the Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Star, and the Ten of Cups are feeling very dreamy to me. And like even this Two of Wands, right? He sort of was like gazing at the world in his hands. It sort of seems like he's daydreaming. So I almost feel like the King of Swords is like a really nice energy here because he's very logical. I'm curious if this is just an energy of kind of being lost in daydreams or if this is like a huge wish coming in. So I actually feel like I'm going to pull a little bit more on this. I do feel this like big positive incoming with that Judgment and the Knight of Pentacles. I'm like a little bit hesitant with this energy and I'm not really sure why. God, what else do you want to tell me about this energy here? Okay, that's like a huge confirmation. Wow, okay. if you're in this collective, there's something really big coming in here for you. Like this Knight of Pentacles is kind of holding this like tiny little pentacle, right? But the judgment, the hugeness of the judgment as this like massive calling or announcement, and the weight of that as like a major arcana card, it far outweighs like the smallness of the pentacle and the Knight of Pentacles. Like this is really powerful. So the King of Swords to me is feeling like that clarity. He's feeling like you having a lot of logic around this incoming, whatever this incoming news or message is, this announcement energy that I'm getting here. There's like so much love and magic in this row here. So the Ace of Cups is that new beginning in love, and I'm just drawn to that water like overflowing out of the cup here. That plus this Six of Cups is like such an innocent, sweet energy. There's like a lot of childhood nostalgia energy. It could even just be like when you're home for Thanksgiving, maybe visiting with friends or something, and something that happens brings this up. The Two of Wands is a card for me of making a decision. So it's kind of like a minor decision, right? It's a minor arcana card. And I'm really just drawn to the guy with the globe in his hand. Like that old song, like he's got the whole world in his hand. I feel like that's you in this energy, because here's the star, like that one of the wish cards of the tarot, right? Showing that you've been healing and that there's been like this wish come true, this beautiful energy that's been like a long time coming. And then I wanted to pull these clarifiers for this energy, and we have the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 is really like the culmination, the ultimate number of that suit. I feel like these two cards are kind of branching right off the star. So yes, this has been a long time coming for you. You have been working hard. You've been carrying burdens. You've been really focusing your willpower, right? And just kind of sometimes just struggling and just putting one foot in front of the other and making it through. And I'm feeling like this wish or reward that's coming in is huge. It's the 10 of Pentacles. It's like kind of the ultimate conclusion of all of the minor arcana cards of the tarot. It's a card of family, of legacy, right? Of wealth, of marriage, of children. It's kind of having all of the physical things that you wanted to manifest. So I sometimes joke that this is like the 2.5 kids and the dog and the white picket fence card, but it's really about whatever that dream, that ultimate life looks like for you. My spiritual teachers talk about creating heaven on earth, and I feel like that's what this card represents, is like the manifestations that you have created to have your heaven on earth. Like, what does that look like for you? Because I feel like that's what's coming in here, or at least a significant piece of it, or like a sign that you're on the right path or something. There's like something really sweet and beautiful coming in here. I don't even feel like I have the words to adequately express this. It's funny when I get a little speechless like that. So you might be feeling that, you might be like flabbergasted and like speechless when this happens. Like, I don't know. I feel like because of the pentacles, I'm just channeling like wealthy family, but because of this 10 of cups, it's also like a happy, wealthy family, like a healthy, wealthy family, I guess, right? Like there's emotional intelligence here. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of caring. There's a lot of stability. And this big gift coming in. Like, I feel like this could be a parent who's like, we're of retirement age, and I feel like we just want to see you guys enjoy your lives before we pass away. So here's $1 million for all the kids or something like that. That's like the level of the, and you're just like, what? Like what? And it's like grateful and beautiful, but I feel like it's really surprising, and it just kind of leaves you speechless. But I am feeling like it's a result of healing that you've done and like work that you've done. So it could even be specifically healing that you've done around like your family dynamic, or even just, inner work that you're doing within yourself, maybe going to therapy, maybe doing spiritual work. This is really beautiful. It's full of so much love. Like these cups cards are so full of love to me. This judgment card is so like huge. The judgment and the star are two major arcana cards here, and they're like vibrating off of the table. They're dun dun dun. I just like hear them with my eyes. I don't know how to describe that. I hear their energy going dun 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 with my eyeballs. They're so lovely. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome. All right, God. What advice do you have for the folks here in this collective? So the Three of Pentacles to me is just saying partnership. It's three folks together. I feel like this is another card that's resonating for family. Even like, I don't know, if you're part of like I keep channeling big family. So that might not resonate for everyone. That sort of is like a specific detail. But I do feel like that's an energy here where this is like a family where there's like, a mom and a dad and like 6 brothers and sisters, and they all have like a handful of kids, and there's like cousins running around everywhere, like some big house or whatever. But in family gatherings, people kind of separate out, right? And you end up having like little conversations with everyone. And that's what this feels like to me. Somebody being like, oh, what do you think of this window? Like, oh, let's put the wreath up there for Christmas or whatever. I don't know, just like talking about whatever with the family, partnering, making decisions together. I feel the energy. I mean, that is the energy of the Three of Pentacles. And kind of like leveling each other up through that there's like, it's like a card of apprenticeship. So I'm feeling that there's something to learn, like, I don't know, like that sense of having elders in your family, right? I feel like in American culture, at least as I know it, we don't really revere elders the way that a lot of other cultures do, but there's a sweet energy of that here. Like there's something cool that maybe someone in your family could like teach you. That feels really nice. I love your family, whoever's in this collective. I totally want to go to your house for Thanksgiving. It's really funny that I'm like channeling Thanksgiving I did not expect this from this reading at all. The Ace of Swords is reminding me of that King of Swords. It's like being really logical about what's coming in. It's almost like this happens to me. I was going to say sometimes, but I think most of the time on my spiritual journey, I've been working through a lot of energy of like, it's too good to be true. And almost like a fighting against the universe when good things come in, because it's like, I'm afraid to believe it. And I feel like the swords cards, this King of Swords and this Ace of Swords, they're almost like bookmarking on the opposite ends of the table like that. But it's the clarity and the logic of like, okay, yeah, this is happening. It feels grounded to me, which is an interesting energy to get from the swords, but it really feels like somebody who's got their head on straight. They've got their mind is like aligned with really good sound logic. I feel like this person is like grounded. They're a good problem solver. They're kind of a quick thinker. I feel like a benevolence to this energy. It feels really nice. I feel like I'm channeling almost like a specific person or something. That's really interesting. So I don't know if that will resonate for you in terms of, it feels to me like I'm seeing a face, and it's someone who like maybe has like a kind of straight countenance or like a flat countenance, but like their eyes are twinkling, right? There's like a sweetness and a benevolence to this person that maybe they don't always wear or show on the outside, but on the inside, they're just like a person who's lit up with like some joy and like that sparkling. I love that. That's really cool. Yeah, I feel like if you're in this collective, there's maybe like a specific person, family member, friend, like someone who's close. This feels like someone who you know, who might be important to connect with around the holidays. I'm so into this energy. This is really cool. I was just going to shuffle some more of it. Alrighty, God. What else do you want to say? What other advice do you have for folks in this collective? These guys came first. That's interesting. So this side is like, oh, and like all these most glorious, beautiful cards, and this side's like, here's some sad, difficult cards for you to deal with. So this might be some of the energy that you've kind of been moving through around like this star card. We have apathy and depression. I feel like these guys have shown up next to each other before. It's interesting because I'm noticing the progression of the cups, right? So we have the 4, the 5, the 6, and then the 10. So this is feeling to me like energy that you are being called to heal. This guy here, right, with his arms crossed, he's kind of closing out this opportunity that the universe is bringing to him. And I'm almost wondering if that kind of goes along with the energy that I was sharing around like it's too good to be true, or like being afraid that it's an illusion or a trick or something like that. So he's kind of just like refusing. Or maybe he has been in a situation where he was kind of like tricked before. It's this energy that I feel sometimes about like getting the rug pulled out from underneath you. So he's kind of like, you know, fool me once, that's on me, fool me twice, or whatever is the expression, fool me once, that's on you, fool me twice, that's on me, right? He's kind of like, no, forget it, I'm not interested. It feels like he's refusing this, and he's refusing this announcement, this whatever this awesomeness is that's coming in. It's like he feels that it's too good to be true, and he's kind of refusing it. So for what it's worth, like always use your judgment. You have free will. I'm just some random person pulling tarot cards on the internet, right? The energy that I'm getting here is put your hands out and say thank you and accept that cup. Whatever this gift is feels beautiful, and it feels very benevolent and very like real, and very grounded and like very lovingly given. It comes very much from a place of love. I feel that it's safe to accept it and like believe it, right? Kind of putting down those defenses and those walls a little bit. The 5 of Cups is that card of like regret and depression, right? So you can see that he sort of is turned towards the cups that fell, and he's not focusing on the 2 cups that are still standing, that still have like good things in them, right? So if this, I mean, I don't know. I know sometimes family dynamics can get complicated, right? But whether this is a family member, a friend, like a relationship partner, a coworker, whatever this situation represents for you, right? It doesn't have to be a family. It's just the thing that I'm kind of most strongly channeling here, but it's some sort of relationship that's kind of having this like announcement happen in it that brings in this like this beautiful gift. There may have been some sadness, some regret, some, I don't know, maybe some things that were said or done. I'm really drawn to the fact that it's the emotion. So like maybe there are some hurt feelings between you and like whatever this situation is. I'm feeling that in terms of the advice, it's very much to let that go, because whatever this is that's coming in, I feel like, I don't know. I was going to say it kind of makes up for it, but I don't feel that as like the intent at all. But I do feel like this glorious, beautiful coming in is so much bigger and so much more powerful than just these 3 little cups that are spilled. And that doesn't mean at all that those feelings around that like loss or regret are any less than, right? Like those are valid feelings. It's okay to be sad or regretful if something happened, right? It's okay to feel like you missed out. Those are just feelings, and that's okay. But I do feel like if you're willing to kind of be optimistic and focus more on those 2 cups that are still standing, these gifts coming, this gift coming in, or these gifts coming in, like more than make up for whatever it was that was lost, or that the sadness there. It almost feels again like that, like a self-sabotaging energy. Like I'm feeling these two figures very much as you. I'm feeling all three of these very much as you. It's someone who has like a lot of regret, who's been like hurt, who's been burned, who's got defenses up, who's maybe working through some depression or apathy. Like, I don't know, you've got some pain that you're working through, and that's okay. I feel like that's this burden of the 10 of Wands being transformed through the healing of the star into this beautiful gift. I was feeling called to say, and I didn't say this earlier, because of the 6 of Cups here, I am wondering if this is some like woundedness from childhood that you're still kind of healing, and maybe will sort of come up as part of the holidays and just being around the family and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like if you're in this 5 of Cups energy, just give yourself a big hug, give yourself a ton of compassion. It's okay to be in that place, right? It's just feelings. I think for me at least, the goal is not to stay in that place, right? Because that's when you get stuck, and that's when you start really shutting down. And like, again, shutting down is a feeling too, right? It's a behavior, it's a reaction. Like, I think it can be normal to be there. So give yourself a lot of compassion. This is some tough stuff if you're in this collective that you're working through. This 9 of Wands just feels freaking exhausted, and I'm just feeling the defensiveness of the kind of like the exasperation as well of like, I really have to keep dealing with this. This could be somebody who wants to talk to you about something, and you're like, really, you're bringing this up again? Like, really, I have to deal with this again? That's totally the energy that I'm feeling from this figure. Yeah, I mean, it could be whatever this healing is that you're doing, whatever this kind of burden is that you've been carrying, you're just kind of sick of it. It could be a pattern, like a pattern of behavior or thought that you're just really ready to transcend. And that this like announcement energy is sort of what pushes you over the edge, right? And then you have the gift of not having that defensive, toxic pattern anymore. This is a really cool reading. Let's see do you have any other advice, God, for the folks in this collective? As I'm shuffling, I just keep hearing the word surrender. Surrender, 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 surrender. So I don't know if that will resonate, but I definitely feel that energy. Surrendering to like allowing yourself to have made mistakes, right? Allowing yourself to have done things that you regret. Allowing yourself, like acknowledging that you feel suspicious, Yeah, it's okay. I really do feel that if you're in this collective, I feel like a big worthiness block, that everything that I've said about these 3 cards, I feel like if there's one thing that you listen to in this reading, this row is the most important thing, because this is the healing of the Star card. This is the burden that you're carrying. And when you are able to move through this energy, this is what gets to come in, is like literally everything. Your wish come true, this beautiful, like innocent love energy, like, this emotional fulfillment and the steadiness of that, right? And the huge life-altering changes that come as a result of letting this in. I feel like there's a worthiness block where you could be in like a self-sabotaging energy. The way that for me, the way that I perceive that working is that you feel like you're not worthy, so you behave in ways that kind of cause it to be proven to you that you're not worthy, right? Yeah. It's okay to release having to prove that you're not worthy. Like, you are worthy. I feel this is really funny that I'm channeling this. If you're in this energy, you don't have to be like right about it. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. and allow yourself to be worthy. The last two that we have on here are so beautiful. It's the Hermit and the Three of Cups. I very much am feeling like you being in this hermit mode to do this healing. And then when you come out of it, the Hermit is like such a deep card, right? I'm super drawn to the fact that his posture is like the same as this figure on the Five of Cups. I'm actually feeling the Five of Cups as the biggest healing card here on the table too. That's sort of the biggest energy, is that regret. And then that sort of like self-punishment because you think you're like bad or like you did something wrong. The Hermit is feeling so much more peaceful to me, but intense. That's like a really deep energy. I don't know that I usually feel the Hermit that deeply. And I often say that his little star and his lantern to me always reminds me of the Star card. So he's like kind of holding the glow, the optimism of that wish. It's very beautiful. So going deep, like deep within you, right? And doing some really good healing. And like only you can go there with yourself, right? And God, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, your highest self, like whatever resonates for you as like a spiritual support. But that's your inner journey. And when you're able to do that, the energy that you come out in is Thanksgiving. There's even there's like a little pumpkin on the ground or something. It's like so cute. But I feel like this is you having like joyful times of celebration with your family. It's like the awesomest card of just happy celebration. And yeah, I mean, this would be like you and your siblings after your parents are like, we want to see you enjoy our money. Here's $1 million, everybody. And y'all are like, yay, let's have a glass of wine. And you're like dancing around in the backyard, toasting each other because you're so psyched about it. Like, that's really beautiful. Thanks God for this reading. It's a good one. I'll grab a couple of animal cards and call it good. What do you want to say to the folks in this collective, God? It'd be funny if we get like a turkey or something. We got Patient Turtle, endurance, commitment, and serenity. Strengthen your connection to the earth. Huh, that's interesting. I feel like endurance and commitment and patience is really speaking to me about the healing that you're being called to do in this line and the energy of the Hermit. Strengthen your connection to the earth. That's funny since we have these pentacle cards that I kept feeling as your family. I'm actually reading that as strengthening your connection to your family. But that could also be for some of you around grounding. Maybe going for a walk is like really healing for you, right? Being able to process some of those feelings just through movement. I also just saw in my mind's eye like someone painting outside. Yeah, like I feel like you could take a lot of different hobbies and use them to connect to the earth if you just do it outside, right? All right, we have Playful Raccoon. Courage, problem-solving adventure. Reveal any secrets or deceit in your life. I feel like as I'm reading that, I'm immediately drawn to this Five of Cups card again. Because it's almost like a self-deceit energy. I'm feeling this problem-solving energy really resonating with the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. It's funny because these cards are feeling very quiet to me. I don't know how to describe that. The cards are chatty, right? The chatter of these two cards is very quiet, but I feel like out of all the cards on the table, these two cards are holding the most peace. They're actually like a couple of the more powerful cards here. That's interesting. I feel like there's an energy here that wants to help you with this problem solving. Like that, whatever that figure is that I saw was sort of the stoic face, right? But like the gleam, that happy or amused gleam in their eyes. I don't know if it's like an actual relative for you or like a spirit helper or even like a pet that you have or something. Because it's funny, I picked the animal oracle. But anyways, there's something about this energy that is very supportive in helping you heal this. But I feel that problem solving, like, it almost feels like a really good place for divine logic. Like, well, am I really unworthy because I made a mistake? Because I said some things that I regret? Because in that case, every single being on the planet would be unworthy like a trillion times over, right? Like, we all make mistakes. So kind of using some logic there with yourself around like, yeah, I said some things I regretted, or I did some things I regretted. I passed up some opportunities, and that's okay, right? And just being able to forgive. Reveal any secrets or deceit in your life. I feel like the deceit is just that you're unworthy. There's a part of you that's deceiving you into believing that, and it's just simply not true. Last one, wise owl. Wisdom, perception, discipline. Make a wish to the moonlight and find darkness. Ooh, that's cool. I love that. I'm feeling like that wisdom and perception is, again, very much these swords cards kind of giving you like this logic and clarity and insight. I like the discipline piece. I feel like it could take you some discipline to kind of work through this energy because it's painful. This is like that Hermit card. I keep like seeing the gesture of me putting my hand down, like an elevator sinking down or something, or like a scuba diver sinking really deep into the water, right? Like, ooh, that Hermit is deep. It's so deep. You're just going way deep with this healing. But yeah, having discipline to do that, right? To make that choice and to go there in yourself. Make a wish to the moonlight and find darkness. I love that. I feel like that's an invitation. Okay, first of all, going outside and making a wish to the moonlight is totally a me thing to do. So I feel like I will be doing that next time I see the moon. But finding darkness feels to me like I keep saying, like sinking down, right? And I even just gave that example of the scuba diver, like at the bottom of the ocean, right? There's not a lot of light. It does get pretty dark. It's going into those depths and the places where the sort of quote darkness is, right? And it's not really dark parts of you, but it's misaligned parts of you, right? That's how I kind of perceive like that darkness word. It's not like you're evil or bad or any of the things that we in this society typically associate with like darkness, but yeah, that's cool. I love that. I feel like if you wanted to make a wish for some sort of guidance and support about going deep into this healing, I feel like there are angels, guides, God, ancestors, like the universe, whatever. Like, you have so much spiritual support that wants to help you in doing this healing. Because every time that you heal, that you transform any of this like upset energy inside of yourself, you benefit all of humanity. It has an impact on the collective vibration of humanity. It's beautiful. I had just looked up at my screen while I was talking, and I noticed it said 3311. When I notice the number patterns like that, I often feel called to share them because I don't really look at my clock that often. So I don't know if 3311 will be relevant for anyone in this collective, but that could be another message for you. This is very beautiful. Wow, this is awesome. Really cool. All right, I have nothing more to say. I'm just enjoying the energy right now. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. Like I said, pay special attention to the things that I said around this row right here, because I really feel like that is specifically the healing that's happening in order to bring this awesomeness in. And like this energy, like I don't even have words to describe it. Trust me, you want this. Whatever this is really, 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 really good. Like amazing, and life-changing for you in a really positive way. So please feel free to like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment if you wish, as all of those things help me as I'm growing my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.